What's up, everybody? Here it is, a 10-minute mobility, mobility workout, mobility warm-up to get you primed for some squats, because we love doing some squats, but we don't love when we gotta tap out of the squats and we miss out on those gains. So I've already tried to make this video 3 separate times and my dogs were absolutely wild. So we're gonna do this one more time. Okay, my hips are mobile, I tell you what. We're gonna start all over again and you're gonna follow along. I need you to grab a foam roller, get on a mat and carve out 10 minutes before your workout, before you start squatting, to get ready for maximal gains, maximal mobility, feeling your very best. All right, let's begin. Yet again, I hope you can see me. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see what's happening way over there on that camera. But we're gonna start with our foam roller and we're gonna roll out our hamstrings one at a time for 1 minute each. If you follow along with this video, all you gotta do is sit it down next to you and just move when I move. And then you've got a timer built in. If you foam roll and stretch and get mobile with me throughout this whole video, you'll have 10 minutes of mobility warm-up for those squats. We're rolling out our hamstrings here because a lot of times a limiting factor for many people is obviously very tight hamstrings. So we just want to loosen those babies up, roll them out, press out all that gunk that gets built up in there that you don't take care of because you don't stretch for some reason, and then you keep squatting heavy. Don't know. But I'm here to hopefully help you out a little bit, all right? We're gonna do 1 minute. So I'm not using this leg at all. I'm just using it to hold myself up, and I'm only focusing on the one. If you find a spot that's kind of like, ooh, that hurts a little bit, just stay right there and roll it a couple times and get that nice and loose. You're more than welcome to do it for more than a minute on each side if you feel like you need it. But for now, we're gonna do 1 minute per hamstring. All right, take a couple breaths, and we're gonna move into the next hammy. A lot of people, they come into the gym, they walk on the treadmill for, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes, and then suddenly they think they can back squat 225 for their first set, and then wonder why they can't make any progress because they're getting a few squats in and then they're tapping out because it hurts so bad. So let's try to mitigate all of those problems by just warming up for 10 minutes. I know it sounds long, but I also know that you stand around and talk in the gym for far more than 10 minutes. So while you're standing around talking, throw a foam roller on the ground and roll your hamstrings out. We want to be the very best at what we're doing, right? We're not here to be mediocre. We're here to be the best. And this is the shit that the best do. And you deserve to be the best. And that's my motivational speech for you. Thank you for coming along. All right, we've got our hamstrings nice and rolled out. We'll throw that foam roller out of the way. And we're gonna move into the ballerina pose. This, we're gonna take a forward lunge here. All right, my leg that's coming forward, I'm gonna press into. I'm gonna take this leg that's back here, I'm gonna twist it towards that leg. And then I'm gonna really press into it. We're gonna do this for 1 minute each side. So I'm trying to open my hips up and I'm trying to get some ankle mobilization while I'm at it. So kind of push on that knee. Kind of try to drive those toes, the knee even over your toes if you can. Obviously, if you're not stretching, you're not gonna have this kind of mobility right out the gate, but just really lean into it. Don't go so far that it hurts. Go so far that you can feel, yeah, my hips are getting open, my adductors are feeling a little tight, so I'm gonna let those loosen up and just kind of sink into it. And go 1 minute each side. What do we got here? 10 more seconds. Great job. Get mentally ready. We're going to switch to the other side. Oh, Lord. Break our kneecaps in the process. Come on in. This leg's coming forward. I'm pressing into my hips. Trying to keep my leg here within the center of my body. You see what I'm doing here. And I'm If this is too extreme for you, keep that leg here and push into it. But you want to get that little bit of extra mobility, go ahead, give her a little twist. This is really going to open those hips up, and this is really going to hit your adductors, the inside of your legs. 10 more seconds. All right, relax a second. I'm going to show you this next one. We're going to do some frog rotations. This is going to not only open our hips up, this is going to help us, again, our adductors, and we're going to add a little twist into it to help open our spine up. All right, so let me show you from the front. The frog is this as comfortably as you can. Your mission is to get your pelvis as far to the floor as you can. Obviously, if you don't have that range of motion, you're just going to sit a little bit higher. I'm going to do it sideways so you can see what we got going on here. All right, we're going to do a minute total, so it's not a minute per side. We're just going to rotate through a minute. We're going to be in the frog rotation here. I got one arm on the ground, and I'm going to twist up this way, stretch it out, and then I'm going to switch. For 1 minute, are you ready? Slow and controlled movement. We're opening our hips up, we're opening our chest up, we're opening our spine. A lot of times also, people struggle with their squats because they can't grab a bar properly, right? Your chest is tight, your lats are tight, your back is tight. So we want to open everything up. Rotate through for as long as feels good for you. We're going to do it for a minute, but hang out on each side for as long as you want to. If this is super, super uncomfortable, come up here and do some of these. And just close those legs up. Still rotating the hips. But if you can, you really want to get those hips spread out like this. A couple more seconds. If this also is a tight movement, which I never think about, just come up all the way. All right. How's that feeling? You feeling nice and loosey-goosey? We're almost done, okay? We're moving on here. We're gonna do a squat to stand. So, yet again, we're moving to your range of motion, not to my range of motion. So, I want you to do this movement to where your heels stay on the ground, your back's not rounding, you're not on your tippy toes. It's a squat to stand. So we're gonna get into a squat, and we're gonna rotate through here. Whew, my hamstrings are tight, stretching those hamstrings out, and just sitting back in your squat. And if that means going here and here, then that's what that means. We just don't want none of this. None of that, all right? If it's not here, then you need to keep it up here. We are gonna do this for 1 minute. Hang out in both of these for as long as you feel necessary. Just make sure you're getting a couple rotations. Now loosen up our back here. Loosen up our hips. Stretching out our back, low back here. Getting it nice and ready, because you know back squatting is putting a load onto your back and asking your body to sit down and stand up with it. So we need to respect that movement and respect our body. We demand a lot from it, so we should do some good things to it. All right, on to the next. We're going to do the pigeon. This is a favorite. A lot of people do love this one. We're going to take this leg here, Put it to 90. We're going to sit into it. 1 minute each side. You can stay up here or you can come down here. Whichever feels the best for you. You want to feel this in your butt cheeks. You want to feel this in your hips. And you want to feel this just slightly pulling, releasing your back. We're going to do 1 minute on each leg. Hang out here a little while. Take a rest. I hope, yet again, I think you could see me. If not, I'm going to be a little upset, but you know, it's all right. Try, instead of focusing on if it's painful for you, the pain, and focus on taking really deep, intentional breaths. And every breath you're taking, you're thinking about, I'm exhaling that breath and I'm letting my muscles release and loosen and do what they need to do. Couple more seconds. Nice. All right, we're going to change sides. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to switch this leg up in here. Sit on into it. You don't have to be squatting heavy or squatting at all to do this mobility warm-up. It's really just a nice, open those hips up, open that low back up, get everything mobile and stretched. And you could do this if you're getting ready for the day, in the middle of the day. You could do this before you go to bed, or use it as your squat warm-up. Right, that was 1 minute. Okay, are you feeling good? This is our last stretch or mobility piece, whichever you want to call them. We're going to rotate between the night stretch and a hamstring stretch. We're going to do 1 minute on each side. I'll show you before we get started with our timer. This here, let's get this out of the way. This is the night stretch, pushing into your hips. Keep everything nice. I'm pushing forward this way, and we're going to rotate between this and a hamstring stretch. So now I'm going to come back on this leg and pull this way. You'll see this should be all back here. So I'm just going to pop down here real quick, and then I'm going to come back up and stretch it out. So we'll go a minute on each leg. Rotate again as many times as you see fit and necessary. I'm going to hold it for just a couple seconds in each position here, until we're feeling nice and loose. Like I said, if 10 minutes isn't enough, or if 1 minute on each stretch isn't enough, don't feel like this is like what you have to do. You are absolutely welcome to do it a couple more minutes on each stretch, or go back through and do one of them again. Maybe at the end here you can hit the foam roll again and foam roll out your quads if you want to. I'm not going to touch the quads. I'm just touching the posterior chain, because that's usually what is hindering a lot of people. Tight hips, tight ankles, tight back. And we just want to get that nice and loose. 10 more seconds. We'll switch sides. All right, here's the end. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're going to go hit a squat PR. I hope you learned some things. I hope you take the 10 to 15 to 20 minutes pre-workout to just get mobile and get warm and give your body some love. if you want to, or hang out where you are. I think I'm coming back for the hamstring because that's what's the most tight for me. You have done it. I'm so proud that you took 10 minutes of your life to get nice and warm and mobile. Now we sit like this and we say our farewells. Enjoy your squats, enjoy your workout, enjoy relaxing, whatever it is you're doing with your life after you do this mobility work. And I'll catch you in the next one. If you have any questions, comments, concerns for me, please drop them down below.